it just has to be wrapped in there out of all of them. So I've learned a lot from being a grandfather.
No, that's awesome. And Neil, I want to jump over to your topic, the creating a lasting and meaningful connection.
Yeah, I wrote this. The good to great grandparenting is what you're referring to. That entire book is set up on those three words. First of all, we have to last as grandparents. That's getting harder in today's world for sociological reasons. Aaron just put on a reconciliation summit and some of the explanations about how that's all come about. But lasting starts before your first grandchild's born. If you do not take good care of all the extended family relationships, you will not last, because mama's the gatekeeper and you can never lose sight of that. So, and I have an ex-daughter-in-law who I give her respect still, and I did during the time. I told my son, I said, son, I'm not taking sides. I love you, but my granddaughter's important enough for this to work. And this is granddaughter's 19. So the meaningful part of the lasting, meaningful connections, one of the things that we have to do as grandparents is up the quality of our questions. Socrates taught us that. It is a matter of making sure we're asking better questions. And I tell a story in the book, and I won't go into the whole story now, but I had asked two of my, one grandson was 14 at the time, and my other granddaughter was 16, his sister. And I asked him, what kind of things are you fearful about at school and in world in general? We got into such a deep conversation because she started. He wanted to then get in. Their mother walked by. She turned around and sat down at the table. This went in 25 minutes on one question. So if we up the quality of our questions, I ask questions to learn and I listen, as Wynn says, but you don't ask judgmental questions. You don't lead them. You just depend on their own intelligence. So that's the meaningful part of that. And the connection is an ongoing thing. You have to grow from 3-year-olds to my 34-year-old grandson, who I got a text from that would probably put tears in all of you men's eyes recently about what I meant to him. And you keep those connections alive, whatever it takes. I've been through, 50% of them are going to get divorced. You have to figure out how to work through that. But the connection with the grandchildren, so lasting, meaningful connections. And everything I do is in the best interest of my grandchildren. And that I can put up with a whole lot of extended family misbehavior and on behalf of my grandchildren. So that's kind of how I got to that. And I'm still, the Caring Grandparents book, I'm going to add into that grandparents that are raising their grandchildren. I'm doing a part 1, part 2. That's another thing. But I'm not sure I want that kind of connection, to be honest with you. That's a very difficult thing. But no matter what it takes, you're connected to them. They trust you. You make them feel like they matter, to what Wynn was saying. And if you can help a child learn that they matter, especially to you, but to the world in general, you've added value in their life. So that's what I mean by a lasting, meaningful connection.
Oh, that's
Neil,
awesome.
I want to add, I can ask Neil something real quick?
Yeah. Sure.
So Neil, it's funny you say that, because with one of my daughters in that family, I'm the only grandfather left. The other grandfathers have passed away. So it's a lot of women in that family. And they're all, I'll say it, they're like hens. They're all gathered together at all the family get-togethers, right? And Papa Jamie breezes into town. Oh, Mr. Hollywood coming into town with gifts and presents and everything. But you're right. It's like I have to almost fight them a little bit, but not fight them. But let them know I'm not one of the hens. I am a rooster. And I'm here for my part as the male lead in this family. I'm not you guys. I'm not going to treat the grandkids the same. So the grandkids respond to me differently than they do to them, as they should, right, Neil? As they should. I'm treating my own thing, right?
It goes back to intentionality.
Right.
I ask my grown children. I have one granddaughter who is gender neutral, whatever that means, non-binary, whatever that. I finally asked her, she's 15 years old at the time, and I said, would you do me a favor? I'm new at this. Help me with that. And now every time we're together, she'll explain what's going on in her life and everything else. But that I have to meet her where she is, not where I want her to be. That's a real important connection. So, yeah, it's an ongoing effort. Every one of them is different, and every one of them you have to treat differently at different ages.
I could jump in on that. Wow, a lot of wisdom bombs in